Alright, now we are moving on to Series 2 of the Nightmare Before Christmas figures that NECA made. And I will point out one thing is that I won't be showing any of the bases for most of these characters because they're too identical to themselves and they're basically just the same thing, just a black base with pegs sticking out. But anyway, we'll first start off with a Santa Jack. Ho ho ho. Yes, Jack is Santa Claus. We have the texturing pretty nicely done and the coattails are designed well. Of course, they don't have the pom-poms like the original NECA figure did. And then he has some movable joints, like you can move them up and down and twist the arms around. You can bend them. Kind of. For some reason, it's not bending. I'm probably gonna break it. Yeah, it bends like that. Yeah, bend the arms. And they can move the hands so it looks like he's waving. And then for movable legs, you can move them around, twist them sideways, and bend them. And I'm pretty sure the feet don't move. Yeah, they don't move. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Santa Jack. It's pretty nice, even though for some reason the hat color is not the same color as the suit. It's kind of like more of a darker maroon instead of bright red. But also his hat can come off. There, now he has no hat, and he's just the beard. I'm Old Man Jack Skellington. And you can tell the beard's kind of coming off. I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to do that, but oh well. Here's the hat. Very nice. It looks much better than the original NECA version, because the original one was pretty long. It was kind of like this, kind of like a weird looking party hat. And of course he comes with a couple of accessories, like this little bag full of all the presents that he gives to in the real world. And for some reason there's a hole in it. I have no idea why that is, since there's pretty much no presents in there. So there's like a big hole in the bottom. He also comes with a little present that's already been opened, which is designed like the one in the film. And that's because this kid opened it up. Yeah, hello little Timmy, what did Santa bring you? Oh my god, it's a shrunken head, oh no! Yeah, it's basically just a little kid who holds the shrunken head that he gets from Santa Jack. There's a few articulation, like movable joints, mainly with the arms and head. The feet can kind of move, yeah, so it looks like that. But yeah, it's kind of a bit better than the original Santa Jack that NECA made back then. But it's very nice, even though sometimes it can be a bit fragile. Next up, we have Dr. Finkelstein, who actually comes in his wheelchair, unlike in the original one, where he had no wheelchair. But yeah, here he is, just sitting there, just like how he does in the film. He has a few movable joints, like, I'm trying hard not to break this, because the first time I did this, when I got this figure, the arm popped off, and then it completely popped off, so I went and got a new one, so now it looks much better. But yeah, the arms can move about, yeah. Move up and down, sideways, they can twist, because they had that little section right there to twist it. They can bend the arms. As I was saying, bend the arms. Yeah, bend the arms. And then twist the hands. Yeah, twist the hands. Like that. He also has a movable head. And even the little switches can move, just like how he does in the film, with getting the wheelchair to move around. But yeah, it's very nice, detailed and designed, a lot better than the original. And of course, he wouldn't be Dr. Finkelstein without that option to open his head and reveal his brain, which can also be split in half. Yeah, which can be split in half, just like in the movie when he's given half of his brain to his new creation, who we see at the very last minute of the film. And then after that, we never see her again. But yeah, it's very nice. And for accessories, he comes with several accessories, like this little book that has pictures of the reindeer and Santa's sleigh. Obviously, Jack giving him the book to give him ideas like, oh, we need reindeer to pull the sleigh, so he makes skeleton reindeer. Yeah, this is Santa's workshop. And comes with a little present. It's a tall thing with white polka dots on it. It also comes with a skull, which is basically the skull that he cleans during making Christmas after he creates the skeleton reindeer. There's the bowl that has the deadly nightshade soup. And there's also this little plate here. At first I didn't know what it was. It's like, is it supposed to be like a usual plate and you scoop it in? But then I found out when I watched the films, like, oh no, it goes into here. So yeah, that's how Sally serves the soup, with that little thing underneath it. Attention to detail. But yeah, for Dr. Finkelstein, it's pretty cool. It's a lot better than the original, even though the joints can be very stiff and breakable. I know. And then next we move on to Citizens of Halloweentown. And instead of doing just 2, they've done a lot of the Citizens of Halloweentown. Like the Harlequin Demon, this creepy monster known for making several appearances in the film and probably known for being in Making Christmas or making those hats and stuff. But it's very nicely done detail with the designs of the body and the arms that look like chicken arms. And his hands. Of course, he has a gripping hand for one of his items. There's the feet, which can move, and the arms can move too, and twist. And of course, with him, he can move his mouth around. So yeah, move it around. Yeah, I always found that mouth kind of pretty cool, even though it was like very weird. And then his little tentacles can like bend around, kind of. There. That's just weird. It's like, dude. And just like with other characters, he comes with some accessories. Like this present. It's basically spiders on an orange present with fancy little ribboning. I think this actually was in the film, so that's pretty cool. He also comes with a little workbench that has this piece of cloth and scissors and like a ruler. Yeah, that's a ruler. There's a ruler on it. Comes with this comes with this dead mouse that's just laying there on the floor, so that he can take his little mallet and stomp it to the ground. Boom, boom, ha ha ha. And he can also hold it in his hand. There. Now he's ready to kill people with his hammer of death. And then he also comes with the little bat hat that he wears for... Oops. Great, I just dropped it. At least it didn't break. As I was saying, he also comes with the little bat hat. You know, a bat in place of this old bat. And I think he can actually fit it on. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Now he's killing mice in style with his hat. It's very nice. I always found the Harlequin Demon to be a very interesting character in the film. I thought he looked cool. And finally, for our series, we have the witches. Yes, we have the tall witch and the short witch. Of course, for the short witch, I'll need a specific base to keep her standing because her feet are modeled weird. They're like that long. It's like, yeah, they're not that long in the film, but they're that long to be put in a base like this. So yeah, they're like the only specific base that she can go into. There, now she's standing. So yeah, it's pretty interesting with the witches, with their movable joints. They can move the head and the arms, and then move their, looks like the hands can move. Nope, guess not. Oh well. But yeah, the arms just move on the tall witch, and even her torso can move around. So yeah, there. Whoops. She's frightened her sister with her very strange body, with this weird thing. Yeah, even though she's modeled just like that. This was pretty cool how they did with the witches, since they are obviously characters from the film, and then in the sequel, Oogie's Revenge, they opened a shop so that Jack could go in and buy some equipment and power up his stuff to go after Oogie. Of course, that was in a video game. But yeah, let's look at the short witch. Here she is with her head and her tiny, tiny arms, in which the camera is not even focusing on. But yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, tiny little arms that can move up and down, and then her feet, which don't move at all. Now, I will say, for design-wise on the witches, they're very good, but for quantity-wise, like the movable joints and stuff, they're a bit of a piece of crap. Mainly because these figures are very fragile. Like the small witch is a good example. The arms are so tiny structured that they're easily to pop off at any second now. Oh yeah, I also forgot she has that big wart on her nose. Or, I always wondered if that was her nose or just a very big wart. I don't know. It's there. Just like how it is in the film. But, oh yeah, anyway, yeah, articulation for movable joints, yeah, it kind of sucks. And the hair's a bit of a mess. Now, I find that interesting, because I've seen pictures of it on the box and such, of the hair looking more like this. And instead, we have these very thin, strands of hair that are probably easy to be pulled off, so I'm assuming the one on the picture was just a prototype. The box lied to me! Oh well. But anyway, with the accessory-wise, they have a few accessories. Like the small broom, obviously for the small witch. And this big broom for the big witch. Yeah, it's pretty nicely done. Even though I dropped the broom. And it comes with a little present that has, that's not even focusing. It has a little present that's white, and it has jack-o'-lanterns on it and black ribbons. And they also come with a spell book, because, you know, they're witches, they have spells, and it's this giant book with all these bookmarks on it. But also it's another stand for the small witch, if I can hopefully get her in there without breaking it. But yeah, the stand for the small witch because there's little holes in there, and obviously she's the only one that has these weird little feet, while the tall witch doesn't have any feet, she has robes. Oh yep, there she is. Now she looks like she's taller. But yeah, the witches, for design-wise, they're very okay, but for action figure-wise, they suck. I say they should have just made these into just figurines and such. And also with the tall witch, there's this awful bit of extra molding on there. I have no idea what happened to it. That's how it was when I got it in the packaging. They had this like awful extra bit of plastic stuck up there for who knows what reason, so I just tore it off, and now it looks like there's these weird holes in there. Yeah, it's just awful. Can't believe I'm sure there might be better ones out there, but good luck with trying to find those, since the witches are probably the rarest figures that NECA's made, and they barely pop up on eBay, and if they do, they're pretty expensive, especially when they're very fragile. Oh well. Yeah, design-wise for the witches, very nice, but for action figure-wise, they suck. They should have just made them into figures and such. Anyway, that's your lot of Series 2 of the figures. Yeah, they're pretty nice, kind of improvements of the original ones that NECA made, even though some of them can be pretty fragile, like Santa Jack and the witches. Especially the witches, they can be very fragile. But of course, with Series 3, we'll be looking at some more. And until then, this is Melting Man 234 signing out.